Hi, Rich Nation here, and today we're talking about the Academy of Lifelong Learning and an upcoming lecture that you want to be a part of, especially if you're a history buff or you just like to travel and want to know something about Istanbul, because I have Seth Mendell here, and he's doing a presentation on Istanbul and the Straits of Bosphorus and Dardanelles, which I am just learning about. Good to have you here today.
Well, it's nice to be here and nice to have a chance to talk about my upcoming lecture. My wife and I fortunately took a trip over there, I guess about 30 years ago now, and went to the Bosphorus Straits and to the Dardanelles, and certainly spent some time in Istanbul. And what's interesting about Istanbul, it's a very, very old, ancient city, really.
Sure.
The name Istanbul dates only from 1453, when the Ottoman Turks invaded, and they named it Istanbul. Before that, it was Constantinople, and before that, it was Byzantium.
Wow.
And Byzantium goes way back to about 630 BC. And when you think that we've only been here in the United States since 1600, 400 years.
Right.
But here, this Istanbul, or Byzantium, was founded way back there in 630 BC by a Greek general. Which is interesting. I mean, what were the Greeks doing there at that time? Although it really wasn't that far away across the Aegean and up through the Black Sea. The reason for that was that the Greeks had what they called grain colonies up in southern Russia or the Ukraine.
Okay.
Because the Dnieper River that flows through there, they say the topsoil is 12 feet thick. And has been there for centuries, thousands of years.
Sure.
And so they had grain colonies, and so that's why the Greeks were there. And this Greek general by the name of Bessar founded Byzantium, right?
Okay.
And then when the Romans came, the Roman Emperor Constantine, he changed the name in his honor to Constantinople. And then, as I say, the Turks came in 1453, and they changed it to our Istanbul.
Okay, so these slides that you're going to present, what are we going to see in these slides?
Well, what we're going to see in these slides is very interesting, and I'm a historian, so I'm always looking for the historical aspect. We're going to look at the Bosphorus Straits, which are about 20 miles long, that link the Black Sea with the Sea of Marmara, which that goes down into the Dardanelles, which goes down into the Aegean Sea. But here in Istanbul, what we're going to look at are the two great mosques that are there. Now, the first one, St. Sophia, wasn't built as a mosque. It was built as a Christian church way back in 630 AD when Constantine took over. And it was actually built by Justine, another one of these Roman emperors that settled there. And then the other mosque is a blue mosque, and that was built by the Ottoman Turks after they came in 1453. And these are two huge structures. And I have some nice...
They're really, really old. That's
really
fascinating.
Old, some nice pictures. And then the famed palace there is Topkapi, and that sits astride a promontory that looks over the Bosphorus Straits. And you have to realize this was a real major thoroughfare for vessels back and forth, up and down into the Black Sea, southern Russia, and back down and out into the Mediterranean, and out through either the Suez. Of course, the Suez wasn't always there. You had to go out through the Straits of Gibraltar out into the Atlantic. But that whole area was a vital seaway to all of the nations of peoples in that area.
Major commerce going through there.
That's
I
right,
imagine.
all the time.
Well, this sounds like an exciting presentation, and I'm sure people want to be a part of it. It's on February 28th.
February 28th, and then I wind up by looking at a couple other ancient cities, the city of Troy,
okay,
and then the city of Ephesus. And they are ancient ruins, again, that go back BC And both of these areas, Troy and Ephesus, were flourishing seaports. And Ephesus has a amphitheater that seats 25,000 people.
Wow.
So when you figure if you build an amphitheater to seat 25,000 people, you've got to have a pretty heavy population.
Right.
And that's what they did.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
Well, this sounds real exciting, Seth, and so you want to make it out to the Grand Cypress Room on the 28th.
Right.
Make sure you sign up for this class and enjoy some history and look at some fascinating slides with Seth Mendell.